Hey Dirt Fam, welcome back to another episode of Drama in the Dirt. I am Michelle, the host with the most, and we are going to get right into it. This week I want to talk about the shit that we've done that is so dumb, we don't even know how we survived. Like, honestly, everybody has those moments. Everybody, like, whether you were young, whether you were a teenager or an adult, like, we all go through these moments where we're like, why the fuck would I do that? And how the fuck am I still alive? Instead of this week just rambling on about different, points about this, I am going to just say some personal stories. And not all of them are really directed about my stupid decisions. Some of them are my husband's, but they're shit I went through with him. And I look back and I'm like, what the fuck were we thinking? Like, honestly, anybody that was friends with us before or, is friends with us now is going to remember these things or was a part of these things. And they're going to be like, oh my God, I remember that happening. I was there. I witnessed it, everything. I'm not saying this to embarrass me and my husband in any way. We were young. We fell in love and we just did stupid ass shit together. So let's get on with it. Oh, before I begin, funny story. So I am not one to go out and try new things when it comes to food. If I see like a lobster or something, especially something moving, I will not try it. Like, fuck that. Can't do it. We decided last night, last minute, of course, as usual, to go out for dinner with my best friend and her fiance. We went to the Chinese buffet. We had a really fun time. But my best friend's fiance decided to try a clam, okay? I can't. I just can't. He brought it over the table. Me and my best friend ran outside for a few minutes, came back in, and then he's like, okay, I'm going to try it. I guess he was like observing it while we were outside and he was talking about how gross it looked and blah, blah, blah. I was looking at it and almost puked. Like, I don't know for me if it would have been the looks of it, the texture, the taste, or what it would have been, but just looking at it, I wouldn't even have been able to attempt to try it. But him, on the other hand, he's like, I'm going to go for it. He was disgusted looking at it, examining it, everything. And he had it in his mouth for literally less than 5 seconds and was like, took it right out. I don't know. I don't think I'd have the guts to try one. I really don't. And he said it tasted like salt water and something else. He said it was freaking disgusting. And yeah, if I was gonna try one before, I definitely would not try one now. But anyways, funny story, I guess. We always plan last minute shit with my best friend and her fiance. Like, we'll meet up and they'll be like, okay, what are we doing tonight? Let's do something. And whether it's going out to dinner or we end up going out to a fucking bar, like, it's never a dull moment with the four of us. So let's get into some dumb shit me and my husband did, and we can't even tell you why. For anybody that knows my husband, they know how much he has grown over the years as a person. Okay, he used to have such a bad temper that he would literally, like, you piss him off the slightest way and he fucking snaps. Like, he was a very angry person. He has definitely come a long ways over the years. He can handle his anger better and everything, so that's fantastic. But I do remember when we got in our first big fight. And he still gets irritated about this, telling the story. He literally gets, like, irritated. So we laugh about all these things now. But anyways, we decided to go out to my friend's aunt's house to have some drinks with some of our other friends and stuff because they were having a party. That was great and all. We went back up to my friend's house, and I don't even remember what we got in a fight about. Yeah, I can't even remember. But anyways, we did get in a fight about something. And I told him I was going to do something because it was something about, like, what was taking them so long or something. And when I went to get out of the car, because I was like, because he was getting agitated. So I went to get out of the car to see what was taking so long. He's like, no, don't. Because I was going to and wasn't going to listen and just sit there. And he didn't want to seem like a dick and make them think he was rushing them. But at the same time, we're like, come on, let's go. So I go to get out of the car. And if this fucker doesn't start the car and drive off, okay? Didn't have my purse, didn't have my wallet. They were in his car. And my foot, like, my one leg wasn't even fully out of the damn car, and he takes off. So there I am, pissed, okay? Pissed. I'm like, is this fucker serious? Like, is he not turning around and coming back? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm not going to mention names, of course, but my one friend, she always had head lice, okay? constantly, all the time. And I don't know if it was just the fact that she just got to a point where she didn't care, or if it was the fact that, like, not a lot of people know that you literally have to sit there and pick and pick and pick and pick, not just one day, not just 2 days, but consistently until they are completely gone. Because those eggs, just because you put some treatment on your head doesn't mean it's killing all those eggs. A lot of those eggs are protected and they can still hatch and repopulate. So anyways, she always had head lice and I was not having it. I was not getting it. Like, fuck that. So she was trying to hug me. And because I was so pissed off, I remember turning to her and looking at her and saying, "You have fucking head lice. Get the fuck away from me. I don't fucking want it. Like, I'm sorry, but no." I felt like a complete asshole. Yes, I was agitated in the beginning anyways because my boyfriend took off. Like, just left me there. Not that I was with strangers. I was with all my friends. But then with her trying to hug me, I felt bad because she was trying to, like, be there for me and make me feel better because she knew I was upset. But at the same time, I'm like, you ain't fucking stupid, okay? You know you got it, and I'm not trying to be rude and call you out in front of everybody, but, like, seriously, get your fucking shit dealt with and stop, because just because you were, like, my best friend does not mean that I need to put up with that. Me and her don't talk anymore. Like, we really just don't. Again, not saying names, but it was just frustrating. And I honestly, if looking back, yes, I feel bad. I get it. Like, a lot of people's parents don't sit and take the time to do what needs to be done. But at least have the audacity to say, like, okay, this is my problem. I'm not going to share it with all of you. Like, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, long story short from that story, he did end up turning around and coming back because I left my purse and wallet in his car. He wasn't going to turn around and come back, but because he looked over and seen them, he said, well, I fucking better turn around and give this shit to her. Thank fucking God he did. My friend, when he pulled in, reached in, grabbed his keys from his car so he couldn't leave because it was just a stupid heated moment. That's all it was. And yeah, within like 10, 20 minutes, we were fine and everything was good to go. But, it was the little things at the beginning. The little things would go a long ways in an argument. With my husband being such an angry person when we first got together, honestly, when I first got with him and seen like how him and his dad and everything would fight, I was like, holy fuck, like I am not used to this. I was used to like my parents fighting because that was like a constant thing. But to see like him fight with his dad and his grandfather all the time and blah, 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 I was like, holy fuck, what the fuck am I getting myself into? It really was not that bad. It just was not what I was used to. But I do remember, I don't even recall why this big fight happened, okay? I do know that the police came out to his grandfather's where we were staying at the time. I forget what it is about, what happened. Anyways, the cop left and then his grandfather left, but decided to lock the door before he left, which was fantastic because then we couldn't even get in. Like, all of our stuff was in there. That's where we lived at the time. He locked the fucking door and then left. So once we realized, me and my husband, because it was like what, five-ish minutes after he left, me and my husband jumped in the car and raced down to go catch his grandfather. We raced down and the fucking cop was sitting on the side road right there. Flew by him. Like, I mean, flew. We got down to his grandfather and his grandpa said like, oh, I don't have the key, which was fantastic. That meant we couldn't even get into the house. So, of course, my husband was fucking pissed. We left. We went to go back past the cop. And, of course, the cop stopped us, like wanted us to stop. And he didn't even get out or anything or actually pull us over. Like, we literally stopped side by side in the middle of the road. And of course, my husband's heated. He had a bit of an anger problem. He has ADHD and like a couple different ones. So when he has like a temper, he had a really hard time regulating his emotions and controlling them, which was the big thing. Now he's a completely different person. He's worked really hard on himself over the past couple years. And over the 10 years we've been together, I can completely say his temper is not gone, but it is under control. He does a lot better. But anyways, this cop, okay, I'm sitting there, sweet, innocent, quiet Michelle was sitting in the passenger seat. Like, I didn't know what to do because, like, I don't get in trouble with the police, okay? I didn't deal with police until I got with him, okay? So, like, I was like, holy shit. So then the cop looks at me and goes, Michelle, like, do you want to ride home? Okay, for one, I didn't because, like, he wasn't angry with me. He was angry at like his grandfather and stuff. So I didn't have a problem. I was fine. And if my fucking husband doesn't turn over, well, he was my boyfriend at the time, doesn't turn to this cop and say, what in the fuck would you want to ride home with you for? And doesn't even wait for the cop to answer, just literally drives off. So there's me looking back thinking, oh my God, this cop is going to chase us. We're going to get a full on police chase. Like, oh my fucking, I'm shitting my pants in the passenger seat. This cop didn't even turn around and come after us at all. He just kept going. Even though he was concerned about for me, I wasn't concerned because I wasn't scared of him. Like, he wasn't angry with me. He was angry with someone else. Like, he would yell a lot, but that's about it. Like, it was fine. I knew I was fine. I knew I was safe. So I didn't understand why this cop did not turn around and come after us. He literally just fled the cop, basically. But now looking back, the cops knew him. Like, the local police knew him by name, knew his cars, everything. And a lot of it was because he had a temper problem. And they all even can't believe how far he's come. Like, they all get along with him now. They check in on him and stuff. Like, we see them out in public and they'll be like, hey, how's it going? And we'll be like, oh, it's great. Like, we're doing really good. But at the time, yes, they all knew him. They all knew his temper problem. They knew, like, you know, he had buttons to push and knew how to push them. And it was just something that he really had to work on. And he did. And I'm very, very proud of him. He came a really long ways. When we first got together, we had a car. Oh, we didn't have a car. It was his car. It was a tan Ford Focus hatchback. Okay. It was standard 5-speed. It was roomy. It was fantastic. When I used to look at them, I used to think like grandma car. But we called this car the Driftmobile, and we called it the Driftmobile for a reason. This car took like zero effort to get it to drift around a corner, literally completely sideways. Sometimes you just spin all the way around because it just, you know, had its own mind and decided when it wanted to go around. So we called it the Driftmobile. We used to drive it everywhere. He would drift every fucking corner he came up to, and everybody loved that car. Everybody in high school knew it was his car, and, you know, we'd like skip on periods or whatever, and my friends would all come with us, and we'd go like swimming or blah, 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 whatever. We went in the ditch multiple times. Anyways, I do remember that I was kind of staying with him, but I also still lived at home, okay? So I went to go home. He was taking me home the one night. We were taking the back way, which is all dirt roads, to my parents' house. Mind you, my brand new fucking laptop that my parents just bought me that Christmas was in the fucking back seat, okay? He had a bin in his car, and that's where he kept his laptop. And he told me multiple times, put your fucking laptop in there just so it can't, like, you know, fly out the window or, like, you know, get broken, nothing. It'll be in a bin. And I'm like, no, it's fine. Just leave it on the seat. We are driving in the pitch black, okay? And I thought there was a huge fucking tree on the road. That's what it looked like coming up to, and we were flying. So I yell, tree! He looks, and he sees a deer, okay? So he goes to hit the brakes. And this car, again, is the Driftmobile. So she likes to go sideways and fishtail, and, you know, she just sways. And if that fucking car didn't start fishtailing like crazy, whipped us to the side, right into the swamp, smoked a fucking culvert. It was fucking horrible. We're sitting in there, and mind you, again, I never did crazy shit before I got with him, okay? So, like, driving really fast, drifting, you know, outrunning cops, like, that's nothing I did ever. I was a good girl, okay? So I'm sitting there, basically in shock, okay? Sitting there, and I can feel the carpet because there was holes that we didn't know was there in the floor underneath the carpet. So I'm sitting there with my feet on the carpet, and the carpet's literally rising and rising, and all of a sudden it drops and the water starts coming in. So I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Like, mind you, the water wasn't over our heads or anything. Like, it was pretty deep. It would have been up to like the windows or whatever, like the bottom of the windows. But I didn't know what the fuck to do. So he goes, okay, let's get out. And mind you, we couldn't find a lighter. And now that all this water was in the car, all these lighters start bobbing up. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? So anyways, we get out, and when he gets out, he climbs out the window, of course, like smart, goes up on the roof. I go to open the fucking door, and if water doesn't start going whoosh, right inside. Like, how fucking dumb can I be, okay? He's like, not the door, like, yelled at me because he's like, shut it. Like, you're letting a whole fucking swamp in my car. Yeah, that was my bad. I really didn't mean to. I was, like, literally in shock. Like, I couldn't believe we went in the ditch. It was just like, what the fuck just happened? And anyways, I ended up getting on the roof of the car, and he jumped from the car to the road, so he didn't jump in the water, and he told me to jump. It really wasn't that far, but if anybody knows me, I'm not a runner, I'm not a jumper. Like, I'm just not. My feet usually don't leave the ground. And I looked and I didn't want to trip and fall. So I'm like, fuck it. I jumped right into the water and just walked to the road. We walked all the way down the road where we came from to a house and used their phone to call my dad. And I said, Dad, like, we just went in the ditch. We went in the swamp. Like, can you please come get me? Blah, blah, blah. We get there and, like, of course, he called his dad. So his dad owns a towing business and he came. His dad wouldn't pull the car out of the ditch because it was in the swamp. And legally, you're not allowed to pull a vehicle out if there's damage or whatever because it's an accident and the police need to be informed. So anyways, the police were coming and, my husband was getting pissed because he's like, why are you not pulling my goddamn car out? Like, it's seriously, pull my car out. There's no damage. It literally is just all water in it. Like, it just got to get it out before it does any more damage than it has to. My dad pulls up and he's freaking pissed. Okay. Like, I'm his daughter. He just got a call that, like, her boyfriend or his daughter's boyfriend just put her in the swamp. Like, he's like pissed. Mind you, my good laptop that I just got is fully in the water. My husband grabs it out and it's just water's pouring out of it. So of course I thought that was never going to work again. But anyways, I ended up leaving. I went home with my dad, who was not very happy because this happened at like just after midnight and he had to get up at like 5:00 in the morning to go to work. So he wasn't very impressed with me. But anyways, I was safe. I was fine. I wasn't hurt. My neck hurt a little bit, but like I was good. So anyways, my husband waits. The cop gets there. And even the cop said, why are you not pulling his car out? Like, why are you just letting it sit there? Like, there's no damage, right? No, there isn't. Like, I just want my car out of the water. So his dad pulls it out. Little did we know that we smoked that culvert. Okay, we had no idea. But it pushed the fucking tire back to, like, underneath the fucking door. Okay, it was bad. It was bad. That was the only damage, though, other than water damage. So that was another time where I look back and I'm like, how did we not get hurt? Like, we constantly drove crazy all the time. We were drifting all the time, flying way faster than we should have. Like, I get it. Kids do dumb shit. But holy fuck, now that I'm a mom and I sit and look back, I would fucking panic. I could not do that anymore. My heart would literally stop. I don't know if that's because I have my kids and I don't want to leave them without their mom, like on something I could have controlled. But I don't know. I'm not as gutsy as I used to be, I guess. I don't know if anybody remembers the huge clown thing that was going on. Okay, it still comes up every once in a while. But the one year, there was people dressing up as clowns and would like hold baseball bats or bars or whatever. And they would literally like stop you or chase you and like beat you and hurt you. And it was fucked up. But while this first was going on, we always said, if a clown jumps out in front of our car, like, don't fuck around. We're hitting them. We're not getting fucking beat. If you're here to hurt us, like, not fucking happening. And it was funny because we're driving home in my husband's grandpa's truck. And how it works is his parents live, like, at this house. And then just up the road on the left, you can literally see it from the end of the driveway, is his grandfather's house. So we were driving his car home, or his grandfather's truck home. And we hear something bang on the side of the truck. We didn't think anything of it. We're like, oh, like we're driving. It must have just been something that ran out at the truck or something. So we get down to his grandfather's, park the truck, go in, talk to him for a few minutes. And mind you, it's pitch black out. It's like in the middle of the night. We go back outside and go to start walking up the road. And there's like scrap cars and stuff in the yard. And if a fucking clown, okay, doesn't jump out of one of the vehicles holding a big 2x4 and starts chasing us and making noise and stuff. And I was in shock. Like, yes, this was happening around the world and stuff, but not really local. It wasn't happening like in our area. So as soon as I seen this clown, like, I basically froze. I was like, what the fuck is happening? So I'm kind of just standing there in shock. My husband is like, what the fuck? So he goes to start like getting me to run with him. Yeah, my feet were not moving. I was so like scared and shocked that he grabbed me and went to start running and he literally dragged me. Like, I fell and he didn't let go. Like, he was not leaving me behind. He literally dragged me up the road and I'm like screaming or whatever. And then he lets me go and he steps like in front of me, between me and the clown, and he kept yelling like, fuck off, telling the cop to like, get the fuck out of here. If this motherfucker doesn't take his mask off, and it's his fucking dad, okay? His fucking dad was gonna jump out in front of our truck. Well, not our truck, but his grandfather's truck. He would have got fucking hit, straight up. Like, we literally would have murdered his dad that night, because fuck that. Like, someone coming after us, we're gonna do what we have to protect ourselves. He thought he was so hilarious. Like, he's lucky nobody else seen him, because he probably would have got shot or something. Like, you don't fuck around like that. I had such bad road rash up my fucking legs and my arm and everything from my husband dragging me up the road. And he wasn't doing it to hurt me. He was literally trying to protect me. But I just couldn't believe it. His dad thought he was so hilarious. His grandfather didn't even hear us screaming, like me screaming outside. And yeah, I could not fucking believe it. I was like thinking in the moment, of course this would happen to me. Of course I'd be the first one in our area to get attacked by a goddamn clown. Like, are you kidding me? But yeah, I still will never forgive his dad for that. He scared the living shit out of me, and that will live with me for the rest of my goddamn life. My husband doesn't always protect me though. Like, I remember we were at my parents' house and we lived by like cornfields, and we were having a like smoke or whatever outside, and we heard a growl, okay, by the field, and we couldn't see because it was pitch black. If my husband doesn't shove me out of the damn way, run inside and shut the door. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, aren't you supposed to protect me before yourself? Like, so if we're ever in a situation, I think he would protect me if something was right there. But if there's a noise and you can hear it coming, he's saving himself first. He's like, fuck this bitch, I'm out of here. Like, see ya. Like, I was like, are you, like, who the fuck's the man here? Okay, like, leave me to fend for myself. Not all of our stupid, scary moments happen in a car or whatever, though. Like, there was some moments. I remember, I don't know why, but every New Year's we're usually sick. It does not matter. We are usually sick with the flu or something, and we can never do anything for New Year's. Well, the one year we weren't sick, surprisingly. And his sister and her husband were having a New Year's party at her house. They have a pool table in the basement and everything, and she invited us, and we're like, sure, like, we'll come. So it was me, my husband, his sister and her husband, and then his other sister and her boyfriend, and then his mom and dad, and we had the kids and whatever. Well, the kids were going home with Nanny and Papa because we were going to have some drinks and stuff. So instead of, like, them being with us, they went home with Nanny and Papa for the night because they were leaving earlier. So, of course, I brought like a 6-pack of beer and a whole bottle of sourpuss. And if I didn't fucking drink it all. And let me tell you, his sister makes the best salad. Like, it's a broccoli salad, but I don't know what the heck she puts in it. It is freaking delicious. Okay. Amazing. So of course I ate a bunch of that, and then we were drinking. I had a great time. We don't get to go out on New Year's. Like I said, we're usually sick. So I was going ham. I get the fuck home and I'm like, oh my God. Like, you know how when you lay down and you get spinning when you're drinking? That's how I felt. I did get to sleep, but then I woke up and like I really was not feeling good, like at all. And I knew I was going to throw up. So of course, like for bed, I'm just wearing like my thong and my shirt. Okay. So I didn't have any like actual pants on. I get to the fucking bathroom to puke while I'm leaning over the toilet puking. Shit starts coming out of my ass and I can't stop it. Like, most embarrassing moment in the world. But I could not fucking stop it. So I'm literally puking and shitting at the same time. And in this salad, the broccoli salad, there's like sunflower seeds or something. There's seeds of some sort. The sound coming out of my ass, okay, is like... The fucking seeds were literally like shooting out of my ass. And the more I'm crying and puking, the more it's coming out. I'm sitting there bawling after trying to get it all cleaned up. Crying because I don't want my husband to come over here and make fun of me. He'd never let me live it the fuck down. He didn't even get to see it. And he still tells everybody this goddamn story. It was the most embarrassing moment of my life. And ever since then, I can't eat his sister's salad anymore. I think it's delicious. I think she does a great job on it. I think it is a wonderful salad. But... because of that happening, like I can't even stomach to eat it. And when I look at it now, I'm like, like I remember what that did to me. Like, it wasn't even the salad's fault. I just drank way too much. But, it ruined like the best salad, if I'm being completely honest. Yeah, he had no problem telling everybody about that story. Like, no problem at all. It was fantastic. I don't usually puke much when I'm drinking. Like, I really don't. Usually I know my limit. I'm good. Like, it's fine. But I do know another time I did puke and I felt so fucking bad. We went to a bar in Peterborough. Okay. We don't, like, me and my husband just don't go to bars. We really don't. But we went to our first bar with my best friend and her fiance. And we were going out to kind of celebrate my birthday early because it was in a couple days. So we looked up this nice bar in Peterborough because we were at a bar in town, but it closed really early. Well, not really. It was like 11. But anyways, it closed at 11 and we wanted to keep going. So we drove all the way up to Peterborough to go to this bar. Awesome bar. They had so much fucking security. It was great. Like, if they catch you puking, you're out. Like, you're gone. You don't get to stay. That's obviously you've had too much to drink, and they're like, nope, time to go home. It is actually a really nice bar. So, of course, like, we're drinking. Usually I just drink beer. I am not a shot taker. I can't. Like, when I take shots, it burns. I hate it. It's disgusting. And I get way too fucking drunk way too fucking fast. If I didn't decide to take a shot with the boys, they were like, oh yeah, let's take 2 tequila shots. And I'm like, me too, make it 3. Like, I was so fucking excited for this tequila shot that literally was going to put me on my ass. So we drove up in my best friend's car. She's not much of a drinker. Like, she doesn't really drink. So usually she just comes out and like hangs out and just to have like, you know, the fun vibes or whatever. And so we leave. I was fine up until we got in the car and it started moving. You know how like when you're drinking or whatever and you get picked up or like you go to leave like your friend or something and it, you know, everything's spinning and you just feel super sick because of the motion? Yeah, that was definitely me. We go to start driving and I'm not feeling good. I'm like, oh my God, my stomach's hurting. Like, I know something bad's going to happen. My husband was in the backseat with my best friend's fiance. My best friend was driving and I was in the passenger seat. The boys decide when we go to get to an intersection to jump out of the fucking car and run to a gas station because they apparently wanted drinks or water or like whatever. So we go around the block and pull into the parking lot. And as soon as we pull in, I looked at my best friend and I'm like, I am really sorry, but I have to puke. Like, I am going to puke. I open the door, literally lean out and start barfing. Okay, barfing. I am someone, I hate puking. I know nobody likes to puke, but I literally can't do it. Like, it hurts everything to puke and it's so gross. Like, I don't like it. So there's me leaning out of the car, puking everywhere. My husband and my best friend's fiance come to the gas station. They're like, oh, is she puking? Like, yeah, I was fucking puking. I'm sitting there puking, saying like, I'm so sorry to my best friend because I don't puke. And I was trying so hard to make sure I didn't get it in her car because she takes such good care of her car. She, you know, is super proud of it. She loves it. And it's a nice car, so I didn't want to be like the one that stains it with puke or something. So I get done puking, and I'm like, okay, let's go. I drove home. Like, well, I didn't drive home. My best friend drove. But I rode home hunched over. Like, literally, my like chest to my knees, okay? Hunched over the whole way, past it like that. The most embarrassing thing about that night wasn't even the fucking puking though. When we got back to like mine and my husband's place for them to drop us off, my best friend's fiance and my husband had to literally help me get inside because I was so out of it. Like, I just needed to go the fuck to bed so I could feel better in the morning. They helped me inside. I get to bed or whatever. Me and my husband go to bed. He left. He was gone by the time I got up because he had to work. But I wake up and I'm like, ew, like I must have been fucking sweating last night. Like, that's disgusting. So I changed quick because I couldn't smell anything or anything. I mentioned it to my husband and he's like, did you piss yourself? Because like I was wet too. I was so fucking drunk and I didn't even get up when I had to pee. Okay. I literally pissed the bed. Fucking embarrassing. I have never drank that much to that point in my life. Life lesson, I do not do tequila shots. I don't do shots in general. No fucking more. None. Ever. If I'm going to take a shot, that one shot will be the only drink I have for that night. Other than that, I will stick to drinking beer because that's, no, can't do it. I could not fucking believe it. It is, I have so many freaking embarrassing stories that have happened to me from like drinking or like, you know, being stupid when I was young. And looking back, I'm like, how the fuck did I not get like, you know, alcohol poisoning? Or like, how the fuck did we not die? Honestly, like, everybody does stupid shit at some point. If you have a stupid story, feel free to send it in to me. Like, it can be anonymous. I won't mention names. You can send it on any of my social platforms. I do have my podcast on YouTube as well. So you could always go to my YouTube and on the end of the video, it will show the socials to send it to. And I love hearing other people's stories. So feel free. It can be funny. It can be like crazy. It can be like something you did stupid when you were younger. It doesn't have to do with drinking. It doesn't have to do with driving. It does not matter. Just send it in. I think this is where I'm going to wrap the podcast up, though. I think I've embarrassed myself enough with some embarrassing stories, and my husband is not even going to believe that I talked about this because he's going to be like, oh, well, you get mad when I tell people the story. Yeah, I do, but you've told half the world anyway, so I might as well tell the other half so they can keep up as well. But that is it for today's podcast. It was posted a bit early, so I hope you enjoy it. You will see me next Wednesday, and if you want to be a guest on the podcast, let me know. We can talk about anything. We can just sit and have a girl talk. It does not matter. Come be a guest. Come enjoy the vibes. And don't forget, Dirt Fam, ring the bell so you don't miss the next episode.